Hello again everybody, and welcome to our Rochdale Methodist online worship for week beginning the 17th of January 2021. I would like to thank you all for your loyalty to watching and to joining in, and who would ever have thought it was going to last so long, but here we still are. And we're still committed to going forward with this. So today's service is looking at our call and the questions that might arise in us to help us stay on the path when times are particularly tough. Some of the things I want to think about today are how to recognise God's voice. What does it sound like? Most of us probably have not heard an audible voice, but we've heard God call. How do we respond to that? What do we do when we hear it? How do we find our core identity, that deeper work of being known by God? What do we mean by new life in Christ? And where are our blind spots? And finally, the question that I think is uppermost in my mind at the moment: how can we find a different way of rooting and being when we can no longer do what we've done in the past? How can we find different ways of rooting and being? Our call to worship is based on Psalm 139, and I invite you to worship now. Our approach to God. God of abiding love, present in all our beginnings, acquainted with all our ways, intricately woven into the depths of all things. You understand our hearts and our thoughts from far off, and know our ways intimately. As we gather to worship you, nothing is hidden from you. May we recognize your voice in our midst, as we gather to give you thanks and praise. May we relish all the days you have written for us, as we sing and pray and tell our stories. Grant that when we come to the end of ourselves, we would find you. Amen. A new song, You Have Called Us.
Jesus, you have called us. Come, follow me. Take up your cross, deny yourself, and live. Jesus, I am willing, though I am weak. I'll trust you and I'll go where you lead. I will follow.
The first book of Samuel, chapter 3, verses 1 to 10. Now the boy Samuel was ministering to the Lord under Eli. The word of the Lord was rare in those days. Visions were not widespread. At that time Eli, whose eyesight had begun to grow dim, so that he could not see, was lying down in his room. The lamp of God had not yet gone out, and Samuel was lying down in the temple of the Lord, where the ark of God was. Then the Lord called, "Samuel, Samuel." And he said, "Here I am." And he ran to Eli and said, "Here I am, for you called me." But Eli said, "I did not call. Lie down again." So he went and lay down. The Lord called again, "Samuel." Samuel got up and went to Eli and said, "Here I am, for you called me." But he said, "I did not call you, my son. Lie down again." Now Samuel did not yet know the Lord, and the word of the Lord had not been revealed to him. The Lord called Samuel again for the third time, and he got up and went to Eli and said, "Here I am, for you called me." And then Eli perceived that the Lord was calling the boy. Therefore Eli said to Samuel, "Go, lie down, and if he calls you, you shall say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening.'" So Samuel went and lay down in his place. Now the Lord came and stood there, calling as before, "Samuel, Samuel." And Samuel said, "Speak, for your servant is listening."
Our second reading is from John's Gospel, chapter 1. Beginning to read at verse 43. And it's entitled, Jesus Calls Philip and Nathanael. The next day, Jesus decided to leave for Galilee. Finding Philip, he said to him, "Follow me." Philip, like Andrew and Peter, was from the town of Bethsaida. Philip found Nathanael and told him, "We've found the one Moses wrote about in the law, and about whom the prophets also wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." "Nazareth? Can anything good come from there?" Nathanael asked. "Come and see," said Philip. When Jesus saw Nathanael approaching, he said to him, "Here, truly, is an Israelite, in whom there is no deceit." "How do you know me?" Nathanael asked. Jesus answered, "I saw you while you were still under the fig tree before Philip called you." Then Nathanael declared, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." Jesus said, "You believed because I told you I saw you under the fig tree. You will see greater things than that." He then added, "Very truly, I tell you, you will see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." Amen.
Our gospel reading today is all about discipleship and that call to be a disciple. It's twofold in that there is something in the call that's double-edged. Jesus is recognised in two ways. First, because of his divinity, and then we touch base with the earthly story, that humanness, that he came to be among us as a human in order that we can identify with him. It makes me reflect on the fact that faith is about the supernatural, if you like, but things that we can't explain fully, things that we can't understand, but that are there. But woven into that is the humanness of each one of us. That call to action, that call to service. Even when we don't even know the reasons why we're doing what we're doing, or the reasoning behind it all, that call. For sometimes I think people are called to serve God without knowing it. Discipleship is about both. It's about that human side, and it's something to do with that supernatural. That means we can't do any other. The early disciples were called to come and see, to come and get involved, to come and watch, to come and wonder, to come and ask questions. Come as they were from whatever position or perspective of life they had. Surely that is God still calling today. I invite you. You are called. Jesus is calling. As Christians, we're called to go and make disciples. And there is that question, well, how can we do that when we're locked down? My commentary gave me a very good sequential order to follow. Some very simple words, but simple words that maybe can convict and convince that Jesus is worth it. Those words are follow, see, seek, stay, and find. All of those part of a rhythm, but that rhythm can be encouraged from our armchairs, from a position where we're not actually physically going out. Now, Philip in the gospel reading was the one who did the inviting. Philip was the one who bore witness. That could be you. Nathaniel, on the other hand, was a little resistant, a little sceptical. Does that seem familiar? Yeah. However, he was persuaded to come and see Jesus. And then Jesus did the rest of the convincing. Jesus praised Nathaniel for his model faithfulness by trusting his friend, even though he still had a multitude of questions. Jesus' superhuman knowledge then had an effect on Nathaniel. He told him, didn't he, that it's okay not to understand everything. It's okay not to be able to answer all the questions. It's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to do all those things that, as Christians, we might put as an excuse as to why we can't do the God calling bit. But he said to Nathaniel, it's okay. One day you're going to learn greater things. Just go with me. The trouble is that today we want it now, and we want the proof, don't we? And faith is not about that. Those things come gradually. The thing was, still is, that discipleship is about learning and knowing and coming to realization and understanding. And there is always that question at the back of our minds. Who do we say Jesus is? If we were asked that question, we would have a multitude of different answers, all valid, all a part of a greater picture. Our reading from Samuel was when, again, Samuel didn't recognise immediately, did he, that it was God calling him? He was distracted several times. Eli was eventually the one who helped Samuel get to the heart of things. Who can we help to get to the heart of things? And it did take a while, didn't it? So that leads me to prompting you to think, how do you introduce Jesus to somebody? How do you convince people who Jesus is to you? Well, do you know, I don't actually think it is our job, that. I think it's our job maybe to do the leading, to point the direction, to the active engagement. But I think it's Jesus who does the convincing. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be exploring some more encounters, each one an opportunity to lead people to think more deeply about faith, to lead people from scepticism and doubt to a certainty that Jesus is indeed the Son of God. And it's only then that we really become those disciples. This message is for everyone out there who is questioning who Jesus really is. And there's a part of every one of us that still has those questions. So don't be afraid to explore them. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to just wait on God for him to speak to you. This is for all those who are searching. It's for all of those who were once very certain but are now struggling because Jesus doesn't seem to be answering our prayers. Take heed from Philip, from Nathaniel and Samuel, and be directed to embark on the journey once more. For the first time, for the 1000th time, I'm not sure that's the right word, Jesus is there for us. Can you remember that sequence? Follow. Follow the call from a friend or from deep within. See. See signs and wonders. Look out there for the things that are amazing, that make you stand in awe. Seek. Seek solace. Seek peace. Seek forgiveness and encouragement and reassurance. Pick up the phone. Write a letter. And stay in the presence, even if all you hear is silence. For one day, remember, one day, we will see greater things. Follow, see, seek, stay, and you know the last one, find. We will find. Going to hear now a reflection, a song. Lord, you have searched me and you know me. Maybe we need convincing of that even more today.
Lord, you have searched me and know me. You know when I sit, when I rise. All of my moments, my ways and my words are clearly discerned by your eyes. You have your hand upon me, enclose me behind and before. Who else could ever have knowledge like this, so high and so wonderful, Lord? Where can I go from your Spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there, you are there. If I go deeper than oceans, we'll rise on the wings of the morning. We'll fly to the farthest horizon. You are there, you are there, you are there. If I thought darkness would hide me, shielding my ways from your sight, even the night would be bright as the day. The darkness would shine with your light. Even before I was formed, Lord, all of my days you ordained. You have created me, you I will praise. I'm fearfully, wonderfully made. Where can I go from your Spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there, you are there. If I go deeper than oceans, we'll rise on the wings of the morning. We'll fly to the farthest horizon. You are there, you are there, you are there.
I have made the stars of You have searched me and know me. You know when I sit, when I rise. All of my moments, my ways and my words are clearly discerned by your eyes. You have laid your hand upon me, enclosed me, behind and before. Who else could ever have knowledge like this? So high and so wonderful, Lord. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there, you are there. If I go deeper than the oceans, or rise on the wings of the morning, or fly to the farthest horizon, you are there, you are there, you are there. If I thought darkness would hide me, shielding my ways from your sight, even the night would be as bright as the day. The darkness would shine with your light, even before I was formed. Lord, all of my days you ordained. You have created me. You I will praise. I am fearfully, wonderfully made.
Today, for our intercessions, we're going to listen to a song thanks to Resound Worship. It's a lament, which I think a lot of us are lamenting at the moment, and lots of the psalms were laments, weren't they? Many of us are in that place of lament at the moment, for a variety of reasons, not least because of the current lockdown and the seemingly desperate situations that are being faced by our hospitals and the crises in the education sector, the bleak look for our economy, and the state of unrest that's unfolded in America. And we also should think about that tragic plane crash in Indonesia, as well as those we know suffering from COVID and many that we don't know in our communities and in the whole of our country and world. This song particularly sings into the climate change issue, which, because of everything else, is being forgotten. However, I do feel that the words are metaphors for whatever speaks into your heart at this moment in terms of what you want to pray for and what we should be praying for. So let's lament and pray. We can listen, we can read the words, we can set them deep in our hearts.
Hear the song of our lament. We grieve a dry and broken land. Hearts have turned from your intent, and earth is ravished by our hand. Oceans weep for beauty lost, and forests plead for your return. Fields are drenched in tears and blood. All nature groans beneath sin's curse. Have mercy, have mercy, have mercy on us, Lord. Renew us, restore us. Have mercy on us, Lord. Peoples rage and nations rise to war and waste for senseless gain, turning from creation's cries and trading glory in for shame. Have mercy, have mercy, have mercy on us, Lord. Renew us, restore us. Have mercy on us, Lord. Lead us in your Eden call to live as those who bear your name. Show us how to love your world until the day you come again. Have mercy, have mercy, have mercy